and welcome to Ferri Unfiltered. So, we're in episode 10, and because it's episode 10, I thought, what better way to sort of like make this milestone even better than have you back on, Laura?
I'm back.
And you've got a new trick.
Oh, please don't. That'll be stuck in my head.
I know. If none of you get, have you ever heard, if you type in and go in Magical Trevor, type in Magical Trevor.
Magical Trevor is 10 times as slick as the last. Oh God, no.
And the last time you
Stop
saw
now.
him, look at
No,
him
don't,
there.
don't,
The
don't.
people adore him. Look at him there with his leathery whip. By the way, it's not like a fetish song, by the way, it's like a cartoon about this wee magician. But it goes Magical Trevor 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5.
But it's too catchy. Don't even look it up because you'll hate us.
It's amazing. Look it up. Just look it up. Magical Trevor. It's amazing. Look at him there in aisle 2.
That's where they sell
The
ragu.
ragu. See, it's like this. But it's so good. But that's it. You're snookered now. It's going to be stuck in you. Go and see it. Right? Just go and Magical Trevor. Right, that's what you want to do. Anyway, welcome to episode 10. We are 10 weeks into this. I actually can't believe I'm 10 weeks into this. To be honest with you.
10 weeks of editing and there's a good few people coming next though. I'm looking forward to.
I know the guests we've had on. I have loved all the guests we've had on.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to actually talk to all these people. It's like, I know it sounds like pure naff, but it's a total honour. You're taking like an hour out your day to talk to me and come on this podcast, and I'm only just starting out.
I've enjoyed the people that I know as well. I've loved Karen's and I love Mandy's. They've all been good though. I've actually really enjoyed it.
Because you know them, like you actually know the people.
Yeah.
But like, when you're talking to people you don't know, and like
And I
you
loved
hear
that
some of their
Mandy
stories.
was inappropriate within 30 seconds.
I know. We were sitting talking
That's just
before it.
Mandy though. That just made me happy.
Sitting talking before it. I'm going to be professional, Chris. I'm going to be professional. 30 seconds in, she talks about me having a bobby in my mouth because she wants to buy me a bobby mug.
Well, it's kind of fitting because like you like being inappropriate anyway. You're
I
telling
think you were going to say it's kind of fitting because I like having a bobby in my mouth, and I was going to say I definitely don't.
well, you were telling me to like muff dive the mic earlier.
I know, so if you see at the corner of the screen, if you're watching this instead of listening, there's like a muff, and I was like to Laura, like you kept edging away, and I'm like, why are you edging away? And you're like, well, I'm not into muff diving.
I thought it was quite good.
I thought it was pretty funny. For you it was pretty funny. So,
you're the more entertaining one of the couple.
Oh yes. Anyway, look at all these balloons behind us.
I know. Our baby's one.
I know. So it was wee Lucia's birthday the other day. So she was 1 on Thursday.
No, I think I've calmed down now. Last week and I was a full emotional wreck, especially when other balloons got delivered.
I know. But she's came on so much, man. She's just a wee gem. And Sophia's amazing with her. So Sophia will be 4 in September.
Yep.
Just, it's mental. We have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old soon.
It's actually crazy. We're responsible adults.
We are responsible adults.
We're
Imagine
responsible
that.
for 2 children.
I know. It's crazy. But with an amazing time. See, the thing is, it's going to lead us on to some of our subjects we're going to talk about tonight, Lana. Because we've been sketching out some stuff. And where do we go for it? Where do we go now to make our girls happy?
Love the beach.
We do.
And Sophia loves the beach. I don't know which one loves it more because Lucia loves to eat the sands.
She does. Or Sophia likes to dive in. Like the other day we were at the beach and she dived in, she came running out and she's like, oh my god, there's a shark in there.
Or how she was just lying in the water pretending she's a mermaid.
No, this is true. That's other things.
But Lucia loves splashing as well.
See, we decided to do this obviously through lockdown. Like we've got the gym's shut.
Still. Thanks Nicola.
I know. Cheers, Nicola Sturgeon. Thanking you. But like the thing is, it's made us obviously think outside the box more because obviously we're a bit rude, but we think of things to go right. What can we do and what can we do like family days? And the first time we done it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And we just put them wetsuits on them. We went to Prestwick Beach. And
that was the best day.
It wasn't even roasting or anything like that. It was just like it was quite windy. But it was just amazing.
Sophia still went in it up to her waist though.
I loved it, man.
Loved it.
Just get in the car in our van.
Like,
we're a van family.
Pretty much the whole beach to ourselves that day though because the weather wasn't great.
You know. And we done that and it was a brilliant day. We just had a ball and we said that we're actually going to start going to see more beaches. So we went from there and then we were supposed to go to Silver Sands, but me being me, missed the cut off.
And we ended up in Burnt Island.
We did. So we went to Burnt Island, which was brilliant. It was actually, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to Burnt Island, but the good thing about that is as well, it's got that massive swing park for all the kids.
Yeah.
So
If any more is looking for a day out, go to Burnt Island.
there you go. That's like, listen to us, we're responsible adults. We're hitting us with Mo and Dacha. I bet you're sitting this podcast going 5 minutes in. You know what I mean? And they're already talking about Mo and Dacha. Anyway, that's what we love. So we love doing that. So we went to Burnt Island, and then the one we went to there was. Did we go anywhere after Burnt Island?
We went to Lucia's birthday. Don't make me go.
I know. By the way, do you know what happened? Do you know why we're yawning? I'm sorry, but it's contagious. You'll end up yawning now when you're listening to this podcast. Laura says we'll record it on her phone because she had more battery, and we recorded it.
Although I had more battery, I did not have more memory.
No, she didn't. So this is take 2.
I take too many photos and too many videos of my beautiful babies.
Which I don't
More
complain
life.
about. Nah, it's more life. So we done that. So anyway, the other beach we went to the other day was Air Beach.
But we went down the other end of the beach because it was crazy busy.
Carnage. It was just like Wayne's jumping each other and licking each other in that swing park. I'm not even going in there. I'm not even getting in there. It's just,
there was adults licking each other.
that was just COVID ridden that place. So we didn't go there, and then we just went up to the beach and we just had a cracking wee day.
We had the best day. It was actually really warm.
It was roasting.
We have been so lucky. And then we had a bounce castle day on Saturday. All my moas came. All the babies all had, well, the babies, they're all 4 now. But
see if you listen to this podcast, right, and you're no part of Ferri Fit, like, which is our gym, by the way, and you're wondering, she's dead balmy saying Moz. No, there's a reason, because why is it called Moz?
We are all the original Moz, mums and weights.
There you go.
Let's get a wee side note in about our class.
So Mums and Weights is designed
for mums and their babies who have just had their babies to get back into fitness, and that's where I met my Moz. And we've all been pals ever since, sharing a love for Prosecco, and obviously we love our wines. What
a pitch that was. That was unbelievable. You talk about not getting sponsored ads, just putting their own sponsored ads in this podcast.
I know, well, I need to start from scratch when we come back, so we need to get it in there somewhere.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so
anyone is looking to join a mum and baby class
or a gym, is like we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Like, see, the thing is, I see from like, it's shite what happened and shite everything that's going through it. From a business point of view, I think it's a big reset button that we needed. Not all the time. I'd rather have the fucking gym opened, obviously, but like certain
still be on 3 days a week more rather
than nothing.
But
certain aspects of the gym, it's like a good reset button, and it's gave you time to think and just ponder over
what's going to happen next.
What's going to happen next? What's going to happen schedule wise? What do we need to do? Do we need to do this? Do this? I just want the gym opened, but it's made you think, and if anything, I think it's made you a smarter business owner. Because how do you invest your money into certain things when you're rooked? What do you do with certain things? How do you cope in certain situations? Because it's been stressful. Yeah, it's been really stressful.
Get back to basics and get people outside by looks of it.
Well, this is the thing, right? So we started our boot camps 10 years ago down the North Road, like you maybe heard in podcast number 2. But that's how they started, which is a bit. I think it's like a really good way. Instead of going back to your roots and going, like, do you know what? Like people have spoke to me saying, "Oh, I've never done outdoor boot camps." We have. We've always done outdoor boot camps in the snow and the rain. Didn't make a difference. We did boot camps.
The first week back when it was raining, it just made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Filled my cup right up. Just getting back to what we used to do.
Aye, and loved it. I love it. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of the things.
The online stuff's been alright, but this is. I've loved this.
Online's great. It was great for the first. It was great for the first while, but you lose that. So it's great and it's convenient. So see if you're doing it in the morning, it's quick, it's fast, it's done. But like you lose that social connection, and I think you need to get that social connection back which you get with like outdoor training. Look at you, like you love it, man. You love being just round people and seeing people. And even when you come down on a Friday when I'm doing coffee club and you bring the girls down to the park,
I'm just down there for the social.
You come down for a social side because you want to meet and talk to everybody, and that's the thing. And we love it, so that's good. It's come back. We've totally went off track there. We've went into like a whole pitch and Ferri fit and back to the gym. But anyway,
I didn't mean that. I'm just missing my gym.
we do. We totally miss the gym. So beautiful time, beautiful weekend with the girls. It was amazing. I loved it.
I think it's good we're teaching our girls that we don't need to spend loads of money to have a good time. We can just get a wee packed lunch and go on an adventure.
They love it, and I love it, and it's been going like different. The thing about the COVID thing as well is like all the fairy trails and that have been created around different areas. Like it's been great because you're just going out with the kids and you're just doing stuff like that. I love it. I love all that. We've never spent so much time in our back garden.
Yeah.
And it's been great. The girls they love the outdoors. Proper love the outdoors.
Sophia's always loved being outside.
Aye, she's
just give her a party dress and a pair of wellies and she's happy.
Oh, aye, she's living the dream. So talking outdoors, back to beaches, back to travelling. So going back to our travelling, obviously in our last episode, what episode were you on?
The last episode we were talking about Thailand, so we went and had a full moon party on the beach, and we went to Maya Bay in Phi Phi where they filmed the beach.
And then that's where we sort of finished, didn't we? We sort of finished in Thailand.
Yeah, because you had your wee Thai story.
Oh, so I did. So talking about other beaches, now we went from Thailand, then we went to Vietnam. Now Vietnam, you weren't a big fan of Vietnam.
I think it was just the height of my homesickness.
And
I just like hit a brick wall, especially since it rained about 95% of the time we were there.
It rained a lot. But one of the places that I would like to keep a positive note on the podcast is Halong Bay.
I actually really liked Halong Bay.
Halong Bay was good.
Stunning.
Aye.
It's beautiful.
It was really good, and we got a boat.
We stayed on a boat.
Aye.
Did we stay on a boat?
We did stay in a boat, and we were out in the boat, and they went like, have you been in a canoe before? Me and you were like, yeah. We got in a canoe, and we blatantly had not been in a canoe before.
We were terrible.
Shocking.
I think we just went round in circles.
We did. We were so bad to the point where somebody had to basically help us back to the boat. Do you know what I mean? So
we've never been on a canoe.
Never been on a canoe since. So we done that, and then we went from there, and we went Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia. Now Malaysia.
I loved Malaysia.
You did. You loved. What was the beach you loved?
The Perhentian Islands.
Amazing. I loved the Perhentian Islands. Perhentian Islands were just one of the places.
Remember when we first got there though? I don't think it was well or something like that. Or it was just a dodgy boat, and then you had to spend about 3 hours walking up and down the beach trying to find somewhere to stay.
Was it no you? Because I knocked my back out.
No, I remember sitting waiting for you finding me.
Oh, no.
Was it you that wasn't well? Was it the other way about?
Basically, one is had knocked her back out. I think
this was 10 years ago, but a wee bit rusty be minor details.
And we couldn't do it. So one is had to sit on the beach, and the other one had to hunt up and down the beach. Now the thing with
Perhentian Islands.
There you go. We got cut off. We're just reminding ourselves who we were. We were at the Perhentian Islands.
Okay, so we found a place to stay.
Now,
and there's a jungle in the middle.
There's a jungle in the middle of this island. We didn't find a place to stay straight away, because the first night we got there and then we went to book a hotel, book a room, and they said you can only book a room when somebody leaves.
Did you not find us the fancier hotel? It was me that wasn't well. And you went and found us the expensive one, yes. Which was probably a 10 a night or something like that. And
it was really nice. But the guy says to me, I can give you the room for one night. And I says, right, I'll take it. He says, the next day though, you need to get up first thing in the morning, like 7 in the morning when the boat's leaving, and you need to run up and down this island, and you need to find like a hotel because you need to see people checking out. So your back was away. I got all the bags down the stairs, put them down, got up, ran up the other end of the beach, and I seen 2 boys coming out, and I was like, is that you leaving? And they were like, aye. And I turned round, and it was the wee guy for like the huts was there. I'm like, is that them free? And he went, well, actually, and I went, I gave him the money. I was because the boys had already told me how much it was a night, and I said, was it 2 nights or something? I was like, there's 2 nights money.
Everywhere you go in Asia, you need to haggle.
Aye, and the guy's like, and I think I gave him like £1 extra, just to make sure I got it. And I was like, yes, that's yours, and we got it. And then I went down, got the bags, dragged them up, and then we went to there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about a drama for somebody to stay, but It was a beautiful place.
I mean, so when we're talking about beaches, when seeing the morning, they'd all go out fishing and they'd come back about 10, 11, and they would actually come out with like, it was like clear bags, like bin bags, and you could see what they had, and that's when they had.
And that's what you're getting for your dinner.
Aye, it was whatever they caught that day, that's what you were getting. So maybe we got shark, blue lobster, we had hunters and stuff, man. It was just amazing. If you don't like seafood,
that's the first place I tried lobster.
If you don't like seafood, you're pretty fucked.
Aye, pretty much.
Aye, I mean, you would be pretty
If
snookered.
vegans wouldn't survive, you could just need to eat like banana leaves or something.
Like a coconut shell. Know what I mean? So, I mean, it was brilliant, and it was one of the places. It's just an amazing experience. So, Malaysia was one of the type of places. Though, that you went to, like, we're talking obviously beaches. One thing I loved in Malaysia, was you went Perinthal Islands, and then we got to go to like Taman Negara. We got to go to the jungle.
And the rainforest.
What's
a rainforest? Does it count as a rainforest?
For viewers, we'll say a rainforest.
Yeah.
But I would say it was a rainforest. It was amazing.
I loved that.
So we got to there.
Learned all about the trees and naturey things.
Went down a river on a boat.
And we were in a bat cave.
We're in a bat cave. Think we were sliding up and down it, but it wasn't. It was bat shit we were sliding up and down.
That was disgusting.
Disgusting. But
it was an experience though.
We went to there, and then like, went from that point, and then we went Malaysia there, and then we went to like Kuala Lumpur, which is just a big city. It was just
wants to be America.
It wants to be America. I mean, it's got like all your random American chains.
And Kenny Rogers
chicken bar. Weird. But we went from there, and we went to Singapore, and that was our first experience at a hostel.
Yeah.
I was a 16-person dorm.
It was immaculate though. It was a beautiful hostel.
It was beautiful, but 16 people in a dorm was smelly.
It was quite smelly, aye.
You know what I mean? So we went from that, and I also had my first, when I was going for a shower, and I had met a transvestite in the shower. Not in the shower naked, she had a towel wrapped round. I know that.
So it confused you a wee bit?
Totally confused me, because it was at 6 in the morning, we were getting ready to go for a bus, and I went in, I was like, shit, I went in the wrong showers. And I came back out and I looked and I was like, no, just say guys. And I went in, and they were absolute lovely person, because he let me skip them, you know what I mean? But it was all cubicles, by the way. You know what I mean? And we done that. So we went from there.
Just to clarify,
we didn't share a shower. Although I've no problem sharing a shower with transvestite, I suppose, but as long as I'm not getting up to anything. Anyway, we went from there, and then we went to Australia. So we went to Australia, and we went to Cairns.
What was that wee song?
I was going to bust into Manic Street Preachers Australia, but then I forgot how to sing it. So I then realised as I opened my mouth that I couldn't.
You just sounded like a jingle for Australia.
That's it. I'm just because it's my jingle writing. We went to Australia and we started in Cairns. Cairns is class. It's like beachy, sort of very laid backy sort of place.
And I expected an actual beach, and there wasn't a beach. It was just a lagoon. Remember, it was a lagoon, and they told you to stay away from it because there was crocodiles.
It's true. That's made you feel you were like, right, I'm in Australia.
That's where we done our scuba dive. No, we didn't go any scuba dive because you like to be able to touch the bottom.
I don't like
We went snorkelling in the Great Barrier Reef.
We went snorkelling. If my feet can't touch the water, I'm not interested. We done that.
Yeah, we seen whales though.
Aye. So I mean, it was
that
brilliant.
That was amazing.
We went from there, and then we went down the east coast of Australia.
Yeah. And we done the Whitsundays. Because we had to choose between the Whitsundays and Fraser Island because we were too skint to do both.
Yes. So we went to the Whitsundays, and when you walk on the Whitsundays sand, it is like walking on flour.
Because it's silica. It's made of silica, so it's cold.
There you go. Random fact.
I paid attention.
She paid attention. I played football on the beach. See, when I played football,
can't play football.
Again, she's building my confidence.
But you can't.
I can't. I'm terrible. I played rugby. But when I was playing, they all assumed that I'd be good because they're like, "Oh, Scottish people all play football." Then
you obviously never watched the World Cup.
I know. And then there was me, who was awful. So we played that. Great laugh, but I'm yawning because it's a take five, man. God's sake, Laura.
Don't make me yawn.
I know. But anyway, we went there and we went and played football on the beach, and we done stuff like that. Australia was great. I mean, I loved it. I didn't actually feel like I was in Australia until we went to like Brisbane and everything like that. We stayed in Brisbane. I didn't feel like I was in Australia until I hit like Sydney though. The minute I was going over the bus on the bridge,
I nearly wet my pants.
And you seen the opera house and everything like that. I was just like, this is amazing. I mean, it was just one of the things.
You're
just
either a Sydney or a Melbourne fan, and I was over Sydney. And the wee in Newtown that had all the good Thai food, and again back to beaches we went. I loved not Bondi Beach, the one that Manly. Manly. I liked Manly.
It was great, and like we worked in Australia. Like, so when we went to Sydney, who did you work for, Laura?
I worked for PhD.
She worked for a supplement company. I was dead random.
Although I didn't even have a clue what I was selling.
No, but
not a clue.
I worked in a factory that was getting stuff delivered from Europe for the airport. Now, I was working with an Irish guy, a guy from Chile, and an English guy, and we got a pallet in, and they were laughing, and it was all whiskey, and they went, "Oh, I wonder if you know where this is from. Is it from near you?" And I looked at it, and it was from Bells Hill. It was like a pallet for Bells Hill Industrial Estate.
Where?
Grants or something. It was no Grants. Is that doing Bells Hill Industrial Estate?
Aye.
So it was a pallet for Bells Hill Industrial Estate, right? And I was like,
how did I know this story?
I don't know, but I was like, that is random. You think I'm making this up? It's just a real story. And I was like, oh, that's actually my hometown. And they're like, oh, Bells Hill. Oh, is that like all hills and like really nice greenery and all that stuff? And I'm like, no, it's a shite home.
By the way, I don't even think I've seen whiskey the whole time we were in Australia. All we seen was goon.
Goon boxes of wine.
Goon and beer.
Goon and beer. I love the thing in Australia that you could just put your bottle in and it just froze it straight away.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was class.
Oh, I would love one of them in the house.
They were really good, man.
Drink the deer?
I don't know. You're in the furlough, you're not getting anything like that, you know. But
that would be great for him, wasn't it?
But it was great. So we done that. We done Australia. It was great like that. I really, really enjoyed it. We went from there. We went to Melbourne. We seen Melbourne. There was no beach. I
really like Melbourne.
Was there any beaches? No.
No, Melbourne. Remember we were there right before Christmas though, and it had all the Christmas decorations in the window.
Mhm.
And we went to Ramsay Street. We went to Neighbours Night.
We went to Neighbours Night.
I met Dr. Carol.
That's what we did. That was right. I totally forgot about that. Aye, so we done that, and then
this is what all backpackers do.
You do, by the way. That's what happens.
Anybody that we know that went backpacking met Dr. Carol and Paul Robinson.
So it was.
Who were in a band?
So they were.
Or they were. I don't know.
I don't know if they're in a band anymore. I don't even. Is it still even on TV?
Can tell you.
No problem. So we went from there. We were in Melbourne, and then from Melbourne we went to
New Zealand. I love New Zealand.
We love New Zealand. Now our whole New Zealand trip was basically around Billy Connolly's tour of New Zealand.
Yeah.
That is literally how we figured out.
We watched videos when we stayed in Gales in Brisbane.
Aye.
And that's for there we decided all the places where we're going to go.
Aye, that's literally what we done. So we went all about New Zealand.
Everybody else read Lonely Planet guides. We watched TV.
We didn't. We just done that. I love New Zealand, and I just love its culture. I love the fact that every time you stop at the bus, it's like a sign in New Zealand. Everyone's in like Maori, and then underneath it's in English. And then just some of the places we went to just looked like oil paintings. Like they were just like, see that beach we went to? It was just mental.
I loved Lake Tekapo, that was like being in a painting. We were only there for the day because there was like nothing to do, but it was the most beautiful place I've ever been.
So from beaches to like these type of places, they were just brilliant. Like the one we were walking through, and it was all weeds, but it didn't look like weeds. It looked like flowers everywhere.
Lake Tekapo?
Aye, that one. That's the one. See, there you go. She's got a really good memory. But obviously moving from beaches
or Lake Tekapo or
Tekapo.
I'll just go with my own pronunciation.
I'm
not even saying it right.
We done extreme sports and
yeah. I went travelling mainly to do a skydive. I mean I could do it in St Andrews or whatever, but
nah, it's totally different.
Doing it in Queenstown was the best experience in my whole travelling. I loved the skydive.
I loved it as well. I loved it. I was shit feared of it.
Your video says very different.
My video says very different, but my video says very different. Laura's video of her doing a bungee jump shows a lot of Laura.
And nobody will ever see that because we didn't buy it.
So we did the skydive, right? We get rained off, we get winded off and rained off, whatever it was, so many times. Laura was in a rager.
Because I really thought it wasn't going to happen. And that's all I wanted to do.
We finally got it.
Yeah.
and it was brilliant.
Oh, it was the best experience. I loved it.
I love the fact that, like, the thing I always remember is the minute they open the door, you're like, fuck, I'm going to have to jump out of this plane.
I wasn't thinking that. I was just so excited.
I just had this weird guy. I just sit in his lap.
What exactly what you've said though is what your video says, because all the way down you're like,
I did, because I was like, oh my god. But see, when the parachute opened, I was like, I'm not going to die anymore.
Aye, because then you're just floating above the
Floating
mountains.
above, and you're like, this is fun. And then they stop taking pictures at that point, so you don't get any of the enjoyable pictures.
I got all the nice pictures.
You got all the nice pictures. The one I loved the bungee jump. That was my thing. I loved that.
The bungee jump was the scariest experience in my life.
So we done this bungee jump, right? And it was, where was it again?
Lake Tapple.
Where
Jamie stayed?
My mate Jamie stayed there. Now, we done this bungee jump. It was the highest water touch bungee jump in the world. So anyway, we done
maybe
this.
changed now. It's probably somewhere else.
It's probably
maybe in
somewhere
Dubai.
like fucking Vegas or Dubai or something like that. But we done this and it was great. But so the two of us was up there, and there was a couple up there that were from China. So they were on the platform with us, and the Chinese girl was first. So she got to the edge, and they buckle up your ankles before you go down. And
She's the reason why I was terrified.
well, they buckled up her ankles, right? And they sort of like, you shuffle over like your trousers that are your ankles going to get fine toilet paper, and you're like shuffling away. Anyway, she shuffles over at the edge, and she does what normal people would do. She looks down, and she looked up at the guy, and she was like, no. A better impression, right? And the guy just went 3, 2, 1, and pushed her off the edge. And she screamed all the way down, but she was upright, like her head was up the way.
I was shell shocked.
All the way down, and then when the bungee cord went, she just went.
Her poor boyfriend was more terrified than me.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. He just sat there like, I'm actually going to die. And then he went next, and again, he was like, didn't get a choice. I don't know if he booted him off the edge that time because he was just like doubting it too much. The guy obviously was a proper Kiwi and was just like, I don't actually care. Then you went, Laura. It was so funny. You're just shaking your head. You need to tell them what happened.
I was terrified doing the full thing anyway. And then once I done mine and Chris done his, we went to see our lovely photos that we were to get, and my bum was out in all the pictures in the video.
It was so funny because we were all standing waiting to see these pictures, and now sees Laura's arse on this like 50-inch screen.
With all these multinational people looking at my bum.
It was.
I'm glad nobody knew me.
But it was brilliant, and that was the thing I loved about New Zealand. I just loved the place. I just loved it.
So I loved it. Just because there's so much to do. I mean, if we had like endless money, we would have been able to do so much more.
Oh, hundreds of stuff. There was so much to do there.
And we met so many amazing people as well. We met Ed,
Aye.
and we met Andy and Helen, mainly Andy and Helen, who are still our friends.
Still our best mates. I would still meet up with them.
Still talk to them all the time.
They've got 3 bambinos now.
3 babies now.
3 babies now. But they're great. They're such a great couple. And we met them in a supermarket, and we were in the same bus. And obviously, me and Laura had some cracking tans when we were away. And we were on the bus, and Andy says to Helen, "I think they're Scottish," and Helen's like, "No, they're Italian." Right, and would you call it? And she was like, he's like, why? He's got an Italian flag in his bag, and he's also got a Scottish one. But I had flags everywhere we went. I had flags sewn in my bag.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. And Helen's like, no, they're Italian. And then we were doing one of the aisles, and Andy heard me going, "Fucking £10 for a bottle of Heimbrew." $10. And then he came in the corner and went, "You're blatantly not Italian," right? And I was like, "No, I'm not." Know what I mean? But it was very expensive for that. But that's how we met them, and we've stayed friends ever since.
And we only met each other for like a few days. We went to World Bar, and we had a wee cocktail night in World Bar, and we went to that spa, that natural spa.
And then we slept in. If you know Laura and I, there's no sleeping in, we're just late for everything. And the bus was leaving, and we'd slept in that morning, and we had to run for this bus. It was taking us to the next place, and it was me running out in my boxers.
We had
toothpaste in my mouth, and like, please don't go without us, just give us 5 minutes.
Helen says that's one of our biggest memories.
And I'm like, fuck! And we're just having to run in, and we just crammed our bag. By that point, we were like pros at packing our bag. So it was like, and then we just were off.
Aye, we knew how to pack rapidly.
Aye, so it was good,
That's
man.
how I always pack last minute now, because we know how to do it so well.
Aye, we're really good at it. There you go. That's where we are, man. That's where we're on our travelling. Laura, I'm going to tell a beautiful love story at the end of this episode.
What about me and you?
No, not about me and you.
Because it's nearly our anniversary.
It's nearly our anniversary. But no, not about me and you. We could probably make it about me and you, but it's not about me and you. But I'll not tell it now, because I was just going to say, how do you find these? How you find the podcasts?
I'm loving them.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I love the ones, the people that I know. I loved Karen's and I loved Mandy's. There's a good few good ones coming that you've already done.
I know. It's been great. I'm loving just talking to all these people, but like I think it's just one of the ones. It fills your cup up after them, because you're just sort of like, fucking hell, man. That's like when you hear where they've been and where they are now and what
And
they're
how
doing.
everybody loves pineapple on a pizza.
Too many people have pineapple on a pizza. Far too many people have pineapple on a pizza. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't get it either.
No.
All these people like Domino's.
I don't get Domino's. Can Domino's wankers. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm enjoying them. I'm glad you're enjoying them. It's like, 10 weeks. I'm glad you pushed me to do them. But to be honest with you, know what I mean? Because I was flying about for quite a wee while. So
Lisa helped you as well, though.
Lisa did
gave
help
you a wee
me.
shove.
Aye, Lisa was good. Like Lisa for Brawn the Brave, she gave me a good shove. Like, she cut her intro and all that, and just so I didn't have an excuse. And then, if you ever seen before I done the podcast, I went a cycle, didn't I? I went a cycle, and I was up Charlotte Row, and I was totally down and doing it, and I'd met a wee boy up there, and he was with his mum, and it was him, his big brother, and his mum, and they were out a walk, and he was in his, what do you call them, balance bikes, and he was belting up and down, and he's like, oh hi, and I was like, oh hi, and he's like, what's your name? And I was like, Chris, and what was his name again? Oliver, that's right, so it was. And he's like, I'm Oliver, and I was like, alright, nice to meet you. And he's like, Chris, and I was like, what? And he goes, I'm scared of nothing. And I was like, really? He's like, nah, not even a dinosaur. And I was like,
that's so cute.
It was too cute. And I was sitting there and I was like, I fucking need to be like Oliver, man. And it ends up, that's what totally gave me a boost to actually post that day and saying, I'm actually going to do a podcast, and that's what I'm going to do. And I had no backing from then because of wee Oliver.
Alright, so this podcast is all about Oliver.
Oliver and his dinosaur.
We all went travelling, caught the pie in the sky.
You all went
this
travelling?
podcast is all about Oliver.
We did.
And his
So
dinosaur.
my mate Jim, we were out my mum and dad's back garden, and that's what he says to me. I told him about I was going to go backpacking, and he went, Ferri, it's fucking pie in the sky, mate. He's like, shut up. But we were having a good scoop that night. And anyway, like, Jim's one of my best mates, and it's still to this day. And that's what I wrote my journal, and I wrote a journal all the time I was travelling, and we called it "It's All Pie in the Sky." Thanks, Jim. You're an inspiration. But we've done that. We recorded the whole journal. We should maybe read some passages for it at one point. Maybe do like.
I'm actually really glad that you've done it, because I can't remember half the things that we've done.
No,
Just
so
because it's so long ago now.
we've obviously skimmed through it all, but there's some really good stories in there. But we just didn't want to bore you with everything. We'll bore them now with our story.
Aye, go on.
Right.
It's been a while since you've done this.
I know. Right, where are we?
This better be good.
It is. So, I've actually got it under a section in my iPad called Stories. Now, Laura, see, with this, I had to change the name of people because I'm not very. I couldn't read their names, and I'm not going to lie, and I wouldn't want to offend anybody. So, this is a New Zealand love story turned Scottish, right? Now, you guys are helping me with my reading out loud skills, because I would like to do, it's on my list, you know this, there's no denying it, I'd love to do public speaking one day. Be like pure like motivation speaking, but no a life coach, because most life coaches are wanks, but like I'd like to be like,
and also do CBBS bedtime stories.
oh, so yes, so this is a massive thing in my life. My thing is, one day I'd love to do a CBBS bedtime story, because if Joe Wicks can do it, then I can do it.
Ellie Fisher was on it today again.
Tom Hardy's good on it.
It is random though, because he's like the Cree brothers, and now he's reading bedtime stories.
Aye, but they've got the guy for Queen of the Stone Age, you know, that do it, and it's...
I quite like it.
So there you go. Right, anyway, New Zealand love story, right? So the reason I'm telling this love story is when we were backpacking, like Laura says, our skydiving constantly get called off, and we ran about with a guy called Ed, right? So Big Ed, Big Irish Ed, and Laura was in a
Who battled
stinker.
through New Zealand in 8 days or something.
8 days or something. He battled through it, right?
It was incredible.
One day we were going to walk, and Laura didn't want to go because she was in a rager because we weren't going to go skydiving, so she didn't want to talk to him. So she went to be alone to read fucking Twilight.
Twilight, because that's what everybody.
Was reading at the time. So me and Ed walked up this hill, and this story was at the top of the hill when you looked onto the lake, and this is what it was all about. And I came back down that night, and you were in a rager, and
I'm actually quite regret being in the rager mood now, because I wish I'd done the walk.
See, and I came back down and I told you this story, didn't I?
Yeah.
And it cheered you up a wee bit.
Well, the skydive that we actually done eventually cheered me up.
But the reason she was more happy was because of the story, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so, are you ready? Sit back, relax, and listen to the sound of my voice.
Back to your hypnotherapy.
Hypnotherapy days. Fucking
Are
pointless.
you learning from Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey, by the way, fucking guy can tell a good bedtime story. I've got that cam app and it put me to sleep. You know what I mean? So, anyway, okay, here we go.
Take 564.
Yes. In the hinterlands of Otago, a beautiful, absolute Roger of a woman named Maggie was eagerly sought after by all the young men. But she was jealously guarded by her dad, the chief, who had set the bar high for any future husband for his wee lassie. Among these potential son-in-laws was a young man named Jimmy. He loved Maggie, and she equally fancied the pants off of him. But her father kept him apart, as Jimmy was a bit of a bum and enjoyed a few tenant suppers. Now, one night Maggie was stolen by, again, it said a monster's name, I couldn't pronounce it, so we're going with Big Bobby. So Big Bobby the Giant came, he scooped her out of her own bed, and he carried her away to his home in the mountains.
Did she get scooped up by a big Bobby?
No, I haven't really thought this through, have I? We're going with this. Maggie's dad promised Jimmy that if he succeeded in rescuing his daughter, he would not stand in the way of marrying her. Look, Jimmy, I will give you and pay for a free bar at your wedding with all the sausage rolls you want if you rescue her. Again, I added that in for dramatic effect. Fortunately, Jimmy had heard that when north winds blew, it meant that Big Bobby was sleeping, or he was farting extremely loudly and strongly. That was me just adding in to try and be funny. He didn't find it funny, it's okay. When the winds blew in that direction, Jimmy sent out in search for the giant. As he drew nearer, he heard Maggie, she was not the most quiet of women, crying away, so he ran to where she was, imprisoned. Jimmy found Maggie tied up to the sleeping giant. At first he was raging, as he never got to do that stuff with her, and realised that she wasn't being kinky, she was merely tied up. The giant the giant was mental, and
the giant was mental.
Did it with something in it? I know, it was trying to be more dramatic. The giant was mental, and the magical cord was made of the skin of a two-headed dog that could not be broken. I know.
That is dramatic.
That is very dramatic. Jimmy tried to saw the cord with his knife, but he didn't even make a dent in it. Maggie begged Jimmy to go, fearing the giant would wake up and kill him. When Jimmy refused to leave her, Maggie started to greet again, but this time her tears and snotters dropped onto the cord and dissolved them suddenly. Then she was free.
Aww.
I know. When they arrived home, Maggie's dad was truly it was true to his word. He was slightly raging because Jimmy was a wee bit of a fud. But anyway, the couple married, had an absolute bomb, and had loads of sausage rolls and free booze. Jimmy could not forget the threat that hung over their lives though. He knew that his wife, or any woman in the tribe, would not be safe while this giant was still kicking about. Jimmy waited until the north winds blew again, and he set off in search for the giant. He found the giant sleeping and snoring soundly in his bed of bracken. So, creeping quietly around him, Jimmy the wee mad he is, set a fire to the dried bracken. The smoke drifted across the giant's body and the flames roared by his side. Before he could wake up from his kip, the giant suffocated in the smoke. His body sank deeper and deeper into the earth until it made a vast gully, many miles in length and thousands of feet deep. His whole body was consumed and reduced to ash except from his heart, which continued to beat strongly in its narrow tomb. The wind stopped and the rain began to fall like cats and dogs. It wasn't that fine rain that gets you pure soaking wet. It was that pure heavy rain that filled the gully. The heat from the fire also melted the snow from the mountains, and that also fell into the gully. Soon it was filled to the brim, and since remained a massive lake, which can be viewed from above. Now, when it's viewed from above, it takes the shape of a giant who's brought his knees up to his chest and laying stretched along the ground. It is believed that the daily rising and falling of the lake is an attribute to the giant's still beating heart.
He's a wee lad.
I know. See, all the way through that, I feel for the giant.
Do you think he's just a bit lonely?
I think he was lonely. Wanted a pal. Jimmy, I think's a dick. I mean, he could have settled it a wee bit better than that. I mean, I don't think you need to set him on fire, which is slightly concerning because I think Jimmy sounds like a bit of a psychopath.
An arsonist.
And an absolute psychopath. So, there you go. That was us ending episode 10.
That was a nice wee story.
Thanks very much.
You've done this for a while, this one.
I know, I've not done stories for a wee while. Somebody wrote that in the reviews and said that they really enjoyed the storytelling, so I thought, you know what, let's bring back a story for episode 10. So, guys, thank you for bearing with us with all our cuts and things like that. But at the end of the day,
they're not going to notice that though.
Yeah, that's alright. We're still practicing. I'd like to thank Laura for joining me on Ferri Unfiltered.
And from having my very full phone, which kept cutting us out.
Yes. But thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You can come on again. I'll maybe let you on
allowed?
again. I'll maybe let you on again. We'll see. I know. We'll get you on. We'll see what they say. We'll see how your views do. You know what I mean?
I'll see if anybody actually wants to listen to me again.
If it bombs, you're not getting back on. No, but thank you very much, and thank you for supporting me.
Always.
See, what a life. What a MILF. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. That was episode 10 of Ferri Unfiltered. We'll be back again with episode 11 and 12. We've already got the guests lined up. I can't wait for you to meet them.
Done.
One's already been done. It's in the
Very
bag. It just needs edited. But thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.